I know I'm a little late with this topic, but I've been away, so I'm gonna talk about it now because a lady named Isabel wanted me to. Long story short, I was bored, went to Fairy Tale Amino for relief, and there she was, sending messages to me, so I thought, you know what? I'll just let her choose my next topic. So anyway, Alvarez is the final arc. Hero, what the fuck? Nah, just kidding, Hero. I love you. So Dragon Crime. How is it going to be connected with Alvarez? I mean, it feels like it will be, but as far as I know, there hasn't been anything other than the promotional shit like the date and the images. So hopefully I'm not going crazy about false information. I mean, we've seen that image of Natsu Dragonized and it looks pretty crazy, not gonna lie. Like, if he gets that mode before the movie, I'd be satisfied. I doubt it, but you know, I can always dream. Now, if I had to guess, I'd probably say that Dragon Cry plays out as an ending to Fairy Tail, making it perfectly canon. It may have been confirmed to be canon, I don't actually know. Movies usually aren't canon, but let's assume it is. I mean, if it's gonna tie in with Alvarez being the final arc, it makes perfect sense, right? I've no idea who the antagonist of Dragon Cry will be, but seeing as we currently have Zeref and Acnologia on the horizon in the manga, it may be either one of them, or someone new, like maybe it will even stretch as far as Angsaram, but I really fucking hope not. I'm a guy who doesn't like Angsaram, or at least not the idea of having a god as an antagonist. I'd be pretty happy with either having Zeref being the canon villain in the movie or an alternative way of Acnologia in the movie. And the reason I say alternative on Acnologia is that I think Acnologia is going to go down in the manga without a doubt, while Zeref may actually survive due to the fact that he's linked with Natsu, or well, Natsu's life depends on Zeref's pretty much. So there's a higher chance that Acnologia will die than Zeref. But it's safe to assume that there will be dragons in the movie, of course. I mean, it's called Dragon Cry and I doubt it's only referring to Natsu. I mean, if dragons end up being the enemies in the movie, I'd be really happy as well, because we may actually get to see dragon slayers slay dragons at long last. I mean, the closest we've got is the GMG arc, where Natsu kinda smashed Mother Glare into the Eclipse Gate, but that was with the help of Atlas Flame. So there hasn't been a single dragon kill in this series from a dragon slayer alone other than Acnologia. I mean, we haven't actually seen him kill a dragon on screen in his human form. All we've actually seen is him killing Ignil while he still used his dragon form back in the Tartarus arc. Another question is of course just when does the movie happen? Like, what is the time frame within the series? Is it even after the Alvarez war? Is the whole movie an alternative to the war? I've no idea, but I want it to be a direct link with the ending of Fairy Tail, assuming it's canon, even if it isn't. If there's a brand new enemy in this movie, I question just who the fuck is strong enough to take on Alvarez War Natsu. I mean, dragons are of course a candidate for being strong enough, as well as Zeref, and an alternative way of Acnologia, but I don't see any other, you know, like a random guy coming in, becoming the antagonist. I don't feel it, you know. Okay, that's really all I have to say about this movie, because I've just no clue what kind of an enemy could compete with Zeref and Acnologia other than dragons if it plays out post time skip, which looks to be given by Natsu's design, like he has the wrap around his arm, which he actually got after the time skip. So let's talk about the ending of Fairy Tail in general, because it's a pretty big deal to me personally. I mean, I've seen the Dragon Ball franchise, including some of the Super. I've watched all canon stuff with Naruto, and I'm working on One Piece, but Fairy Tail is my series, if you will. I've been with Fairy Tail for years and just shit. I can't even fully accept that it's ending. The anime better add fillers though, and I'm saying this because in theory, the anime won't have to use any fillers to finish off the series if this is the final arc. They could literally just go with canon stuff and it will be good, because if this is the final arc, then the manga will be done very soon. And the anime has to go through the pre-Avatar chapters as well as the Avatar arc, then the Macro Rescue mission and the Alvarez Empire arc. That will take over a year for sure to do, and the manga will be done in like what, maybe less than 20 chapters. I mean, I say that just because Acnologia is already down on the ground and there's no way it can be going on for too much longer than it is right now. I mean, Acnologia and Zeref are the final enemies and they seem to be, you know, fighting already, so it's gonna be done soon, guys. Okay, So back to fillers, I think it would be good for a number of reasons. One being to drag out Eileen's backstory a bit, so call it semi-fillers. I would also like an after story filler arc, and the arc I'm interested in is Brandish and Lucy going to search for Aquarius key. I mean, they both have a connection to Aquarius, so if it's Lucy on her own, I couldn't care less. It would kill the spirit of such an arc like instantly. Both or none is all I can say about such an arc. Also, if we won't get one, I'd like a backstory of Acnologia. I mean, we might get it, we just don't know at this point. I'm guessing it'll be like Eileen's at best 2 to 4 chapters worth of backstory. A mini arc is what I'd like, of maybe the size of Fairy Tail Zero. So I'm not exactly sure how many episodes that were, but yeah, consider an arc of about that size. Acnologia is just a huge mystery, so an arc that unveils everything would be fucking good. At least that's what I personally think. Well, I'll be wrapping up the video here. Let me know what you guys think down below, and thank you Isabel for suggesting this topic. I probably wouldn't have done it this early if not for the suggestion. And as always, if you did, please like this video if you enjoyed and subscribe if you're new to my channel. See you soon.